Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new testimonial, or actually in this case, the second testimonial here with Paul, or technically speaking, Paul and Susie. Susie, of course, is the mastermind behind the titles. A lot of credit is given to her, rightfully so, a very lovely lady. But yeah, Paul, awesome to have you back here. How are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad at all, Mona. Good to be back. And yeah, Susie, again, like if anyone watched the first one, she does exist. She just isn't here.
Oh, that's lovely to say. She does
Yeah,
exist.
yeah. One I know she does as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I've seen her. She's not like some, imagine,
Imaginary girlfriend you're sharing
yeah,
everything with.
little plastic doll, that sort of stuff. So,
All right, so this is how we're starting the episode. Okay, right. Perfect. All right, let's get into the screen sharing.
yeah,
People want to see more channels, people want to see how the data looks like. In this case, guys, we are not sharing the channel name or pretty much the videos. We'll keep that private, but we do want to share the analytics and some tips behind it and pretty much talk about the journey before and after. Because Paul, last time we spoke, we were making around 7K a month, 7, 8K. And now, if I look only on this channel alone, you got 36,995 subscribers,
sorry.
1.7 million views, and you made over 19,700 pounds. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can you go over to the analytics, please? Okay, so just so everyone knows, this is 100% real. Can you go to the settings in the left bottom screen and we'll update the currency just for the sake of this video to USD. So go to the currency and just type in USD and it should pop up right away, or scroll over to USD and then click on save.
Yeah.
Perfect. And just everyone knows this is 100% real and people get the US number. Also better for the title, the number is bigger. So 26,000 only on this channel. And one thing what we really see is that the RPM is very juicy. And Paul, why do you think, you know the answer of course, why do you think your RPM is so high?
Well, obviously being long form videos, as I like to call them, and obviously being in the sleep niche, uh,
Yeah.
pretty much that reason. The audience as well, the audience type, who it's the age and gender, where the country all ties in, but mainly because it's very long form.
Yeah, exactly. It's long format. It's close to the sleeping length. So how long is your average video? I think it's 60 minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can be anything like from 1 hour and a half, well, sorry, 90 minutes to, 2 hours plus. It just varies on the topic.
Yeah. And then what we see here as well is that compared to my channel, of course, the Snoozatorian, your watch time is a little bit lower, but you're in a very interesting niche as well. So your watch time here is around 20 minutes, all the way up to 45 minutes on average, meaning, of course, there's more mid-roll ads being played. Are you also using the same strategy where in the beginning you don't play ads or you play ads immediately?
No, no. So for the first, like, depending on the time of the video, it's just like the first quarter of the video's duration. We just don't play any ads, and then
Okay.
it's ads after that. So if it's like, for example, like 2 hours long, the first say 30 minutes, we just don't do any adverts for that reason.
Okay, that's a little bit too long. I actually wouldn't do that.
I know
Um,
our coach today actually has just told us that. So
Perfect.
for the
We-
same reason, what I know you're going to say next, like, so yeah.
Okay, explain to me why. What did Menno tell you? Because just for
Yeah,
the context for everyone, Menno is our head coach. Paul and Susie had done coaching twice. The first time we went from 0 to 7K. The second time we went from 7K all the way almost to 30,000. And now we're doing well over 30,000 a month and starting a bunch more channels and really expanding that empire a little bit because that's very important. We want to make sure that we can consistently grow and we don't want to have all of our eggs in one basket because first you had 3 channels in one niche and then 2 channels are monetized. One got hit with inauthentic content, where there was actually a very funny issue. Well, maybe not rightful to say funny. Because on the phone it says if you appeal the decision, you can risk monetization on all the channels, but on the computer it doesn't. Normally the computer is leading, but of course not a risk we're willing to take if we're doing far over $30,000 a month. Because how much are you making now in March? If you the last 2, 3 days will load in, what will it be?
Do you want me to just go to the revenue?
Yeah, well, you can, yeah, go to the revenue tab and then in the top corner. Oh, yeah, Discord, you need to refresh the page because we updated the currency. It's a little bug in YouTube.
I know
It will ask leave page. You can do leave page. Oh, that's weird. Weep, 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 weep.
it's because I've got the second channel also open on a different tab, I think.
No,
So
no, no, that doesn't even matter. It's literally just a bug in YouTube. It's the same when you go over to the revenue tab. Let's do that. I'll show you another bug that's in YouTube because I just made another video. Hence the reason people could think that the revenue's fake. Can you go to the full month of March? Because now you have last 28 days. And then just click on March. Yep, perfect. Okay, I'll show you, by the way, where the update is. If correctly, you should be able to see me drawing on your screen. So here you see the 27K, right?
yeah,
And then here in the bottom, if we want to look at your RPM, we see 21K. So you might be thinking, hey, why is this fake? It has to do, if you can click on the little clock icon next to video performance, go over that, you'll actually see that YouTube right now has a 7 fucking day delay. It's insane.
yeah.
So 7 days is behind, hence the reason that this number is not correct. Just so everyone knows, it's actually a little issue in YouTube. But yeah, you got an amazing RPM. Your RPM is $16, and that's the reason we really want to focus on storytelling niches, simply automated channels, of course, in which the revenue is very good. And as you can see here as well, the revenue went from 7K all the way up to 27K. And once again, we got 1, 2 days missing here. And then, yeah, still 31st needs to come. So we're going to get close to the 30K this month, which is phenomenal. And that's just on one of the channels. So that's really good. So yeah, that's the reason why people want to focus on long format views. Also some nice tricks, of course, if you want to see the RPM, make sure you focus on this point. Also, when people are brand new to monetization, make sure always the date is matching to the days that you're monetized. Otherwise, it will give you the wrong RPM. So that's also a very important little trick that you can do, just to make sure that all the data is correct. And Paul, I got a question for you. What is like one of the biggest lessons that you've learned in order to go from 7,000 to $30,000 a month? Because you're playing a different ball game now.
Yeah, I mean, for us, I mean, it's been more like the topic ideation. When we first started, we were obviously very inexperienced, and we were kind of following other channels, maybe like so you're only picking up the breadcrumb trail, should we say? The odd title we did originally ourselves, and it did well, but now we kind of understand um, the packaging, the titles, the keywords that we might use in a title, just to add a bit more curiosity, just to draw them in to get that click first, and probably understanding like our own content pillars, like when it's strong, when we've had like a breakout video, um, it's trying to identify certain patterns, or when that's changing, it could be going weak, and when to try and experiment new stuff. So we're definitely more experienced in that way. We're still, learning a lot, but
Yeah.
we understand it a bit better now. And now we're finding that people are copying our titles or our thumbnails in recent months. So, it's a compliment, but it's also a bit of an annoyance when you see, someone else taking a direct copy of your thumbnail and, you know,
Yeah. A lot of copyright striking in your niche, actually.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There's
So,
some issues I managed to also resolve for you in that regard.
yeah, yeah.
Another client of mine, or well, potential client of mine, he actually copyright striked you guys before. You striked him. I was like, well, great that you tell me because literally have his phone number and I spoke to him yesterday. And so we managed to solve that situation quite quickly because I said like, hey, now he's under me. So if you do anything, you'll deal with me. And I think he stopped. You've not heard anything since, I guess.
Uh, well, he stopped. He's. I know
You're
he's
still
still.
seeing some sometimes.
He's using inspiration, should we say, on a couple. There was one from our third channel. Yeah, that was a direct take, but he's just changed the color totally on one of his new channels
Yeah.
because we know, with the collab, we see that happening.
Yeah.
Obviously, we did both speak in the past and agree not to do anything like that. Um, it may still happen, should we say, but as long as it's just used as inspiration, we know it's going to
There's
happen.
nothing you can do against
Oh,
it. And the
exactly.
other point, of course, it's also AI generated, and you can't put the copyright on an AI generated image. It doesn't hold up in court. So people can always go ahead and dispute it
Exactly.
without you really being able to do anything. Yes, you can make the threat to go to court. But then, of course, you still have to proceed actually with it. And the only thing that happens is that the strike remains. We actually recently had this happen to one of our clients, but they cared more about the video being removed than the strike sticking and
Yeah.
hurting the business. So we got that resolved as well. Another important thing for you, what you just said, and I think for the audience that's very important, and that's the collab future. It's a very misunderstood thing, but it's a very easy way in order to push new channels into the algorithm. And for that, there's just pretty much a couple parts you can do. First of all, you can always use H accounts, you can warm up accounts, or you can use CMS accounts. Now, you're also new to the CMS part of the business. How has that experience been, and how is that going so far?
Yeah. Channels that we've got newly created are due to all start this week. The first one's going to be starting tonight. The
Awesome.
the process, very simple, straightforward. Um, I obviously just want things to get done straight away, and
Yeah.
that's how the team's been doing. Fantastic team. Always, multiple people that are in the chat, um, working with us, helping us out. And yeah, it's been a really good experience up to now. And even today, just needed something doing, and Martina was able to do that.
Immediately jump on it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's really nice. And for the people who are watching this who do not know what an O&O channel is or what a CMS channel is, it's pretty much a channel generated, in this case, not, well, it's created also. It's created from a managed CMS. Managed CMS pretty much has additional privileges to a normal YouTube channel, where number one, the trust score is higher, number two, the recommendations are higher, and number three, it has more protection against, as an example, related channels, inauthentic content issues, reuse content issues. It's pretty much the way, as an example, you could monetize compilation channels. As long as all the content that's owned is also in the same CMS, you can even, if demonetized, go to your YouTube partner manager and say, hey, listen, this content is in Content ID, we're protecting this. And the channel is also in our CMS. Could you please re-enable monetization? And with the partner manager, you'll be able to resolve that quite quickly, even if your original appeal has been denied. Also, you can do multiple appeals, so not just one appeal. You could do pretty much an appeal every time the case has been closed. So if they say, no, we don't approve it, and you see the ticket has been closed by YouTube, you can pretty much open another one and try again. And it helps very much with the monetization issues that are ongoing on YouTube right now. So you should see a managed CMS pretty much as an insurance policy. Then also for the people watching, there's also an affiliate CMS. And this one works a little bit more tricky. Pretty much it offers nothing besides payment management. For certain people, this is interesting. Besides that, your own AdSense is still connected. It still is bound under all the same rules. It doesn't have any protections. And that's pretty much it. So eventually you would always want to get into a managed CMS to go ahead and protect your channels and then of course get the best possible revenue share, depending of course also on the revenue you're making and the risk that your channel holds. You can work with me or one of our partners. For that, please head over to the network link in the description down below. I'll make sure to pop it over there. But let's get back to the coaching, because this is not a CMS case study. Maybe later we'll do that. This is
yeah,
more for the coaching stuff, but of course I always like to explain everything to the audience so they can get more knowledge out of these videos, not just you bragging about how good the coaching is for 30 minutes straight, The people also need to learn something. But let's get to the bragging part. I'm kidding. Well, sort of. Let's talk about what is now your coaching journey been, because you're actually one of the people who extended, right now you extended 2 times. So you got the original one, you got 3 months extra, now you got 4 months with Menno and me. How has that journey been? How was the first coaching, the second one, and now the third one? What are you working on, and why is the third one different from the second one?
so obviously the entire journey for us has been amazing, hence why we're still continuing. each coach we've had, we've learned, like we always had a roadmap from the start, but every coach we've had, we've gained so much knowledge, and it's good just seeing how different coaches work. So obviously the first coach when we had Charlene, which enabled us to get the first channel monetized and start setting up for what our growth was for the second period. Um, that was great when we had Kuhn and eventually Lars, because with the 4 week that we had Kuhn for before he went for paternity leave.
Yeah.
We, as you're aware, we we started that. Everything was going amazing. I mean, there's no fault of the coaches. Obviously, it was just as we were just the very day we were just about to release our channels, which was in AI stories. That inauthentic content wave just went at its peak. So
Yep.
just as we're about, literally like we were just about to, release that first video, Kuhn just basically said, "Do not do anything. I'll get on a call with you." We were like, "Shit, okay,
Yep.
it's
The game
it's done
changed.
now. Yeah, it's done." Um, and obviously, all that time and effort was, it felt like a bit wasted. You're a bit demoralised. But, speaking to the coach, it was like, look, it's happened for us all. It's annoying. We'll get things changed. There's other plans. We'll move towards that. And I think for us, it was just our own headset, just trying to change.
Yeah.
We worked so hard. Then we had Lars, and yeah, we were just moving our journey away from the AI stories and obviously sleep to trying out like which was VidRush, um, and the normal YouTube automation. So that was a steep learning curve for us because our plan was to do that a bit further down the road.
Yeah.
But we're grateful that we did it because it's kind of set us up for where we are now on our path with yourself and Menno, where we're going to be doing a bit more higher quality. So, but yeah, the second, during the second coach, we got a second channel monetized, and that was,
How much is the second channel now making?
at the moment in
We
pounds.
can go over that one.
I'll actually go to that now.
Sure.
So
Let me know when you're on the page, so I'll swap back to the screen.
yeah, I'm on the page right now.
500k views, 6.7k pounds, amazing RPM. Of course, for the British people, yeah, please click on settings and then currency and then change it to USD. And then we'll have it fully updated. I always love that there's so many different currencies.
I know.
So cool. So pretty much another 9k a month. And if we head over to the revenue tab again, how's this channel been growing? And this channel pretty much went from 0 to 9k a month consistently. Also 9.6k this month. And of course, with the last few days loading in, that'll probably be around 10k this month. Depends if you're going to hit a $340 day or not. Otherwise, you're going to be a couple dollars shy of 10 grand in US dollars this month alone. And also, once again, an RPM, of course, of around $18. What an amazing number. I always love the long videos, and you can see how quick actually someone's lives can change. If you make 9 grand a month, the question should be, how does that change your life? And that's, of course, something amazing. Look, actually, like I drew fucking notepads. That's funny. Okay. But that's fantastic. Phenomenal results. And can you, for the fun of it, can you go ahead and click on the last 90 days? And
Yeah,
then we'll see how consistently this has been going up. Pretty much after monetization, you'll see here monetized. And then after that, it's just pretty much very consistent with the average being like right here. So right around $400, $330 a day is the average, which is a phenomenal result. And the average RPM, of course, of $16.76. And this is also what I meant with where the RPM number is actually incorrect. Because the RPM number, and this is also something good to know if you start reading more data, the RPM number here is incorrect because here is the day you're monetized and you never should select the first day. Can you hover over here where I just did the dot and then go 1 day further? So 1 day further is your first day of monetization, but this day is never accurate. You always want to take the second day because this day could be 12 hours of monetization, 3 hours of monetization, could be 23 hours and 50 minutes. So you don't know. Can you go 1 day further? And that's pretty much the 1st of February,
yeah,
which is actually very funny. So now, if you go back to here and you click on custom, and you're going to select the 1st of February, so here, custom, and then you have to scroll a little bit down until you see February 1st, and then you click apply. You'll see that this RPM number will now start jumping. See?
Yeah.
And this is your actual RPM. So otherwise people get false data. And when people are brand new monetized, they're like, holy shit, my niche sucks because I'm only being paid 40 cents. It's like, yeah, but what data are you looking at? You're looking at data last 28 days. If correctly, the last 27 days you weren't monetized. So that's all zeros. So that doesn't really help. So this is your actual number. Your actual number is $18.57, which once again is a phenomenal RPM. And I think this is, of course, very interesting for people to see. So that's the second channel you've built. Phenomenal. And then how now with Menno? Because also one thing I want to say for everyone, of course, when things change that big, I also compensated you for it. I gave you a whole month for free. We deducted that from the price as well. And the reason why I did this is number one, always keep people who are nice to you, who are friendly to you. You want to keep them close. That's always at least my thing. And it's also a business thing. Besides that, I consider myself a very nice person. I always try to help everyone. And you could actually confirm that when you had issues, I was on the call within five
Oh,
minutes.
yes, instantly. You were going through your own cloud of issues and you dropped it and you
Yeah.
were straight away on a call, getting Menno, getting your other team, and just yeah, reassuring us. And yeah, definitely, you know, he, I think that's probably one of your downfalls. One is that you for a busy guy and the business empire that you're building, you're always trying to help everyone else, and that it's a it's a beautiful thing, but it could also be a curse as well, as I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll see. You'll help it, and then you've still got only so many hours in the day to do your own stuff as well. But no, honestly, and I probably won't be the only one to say it. We appreciate any time that you're giving to us to help us out in situations for you, and your team, so experienced and stuff. For people like ourselves initially, and anyone else who's coming onto the coaching program, when that first scary thing happens, you feel like it's a panic. So when you get that reassurance from yourself and your team, it's a good thing to have. So yeah, I again always thank you very much for that.
Yeah, of course.
And anything else in the future, because I'm sure it'll as well.
Yeah, it will probably keep going. It's always good. It's very lovely to work with a circle of people who are the most serious, who always want to be upfront of things. And YouTube is an industry of speed, of course. The faster that you are, the faster that you're learning, the bigger money earning opportunities come to place. Right now, such a money opportunity, of course, is VidRush. I am working on a full tutorial on the main channel, on our academy. But yeah, it's a high recommendation. Of course, if you want to create scalability and safety, then once again, a CMS is very much recommended for sure when you start operating on scale. Take Koen as an example. He was indeed on paternity leave. He got a lovely daughter, and he is, of course, still crushing it, but also his entire empire fell down to zero. So, to give some people context, Koen went from 0 to 60K pretty much in a year as well, every single month. And then eventually, if I'm not mistaken, even a 70K month. And now pretty much it has completely gone to zero this beginning of this year. So we're talking January. We're talking just 2.5 months ago. Then, of course, I was also very busy because a lot of people who could do coaching were like, fuck, my channels are fucked. What do I do now? And there's panic. And I was like, okay, hey, everyone, you need to give me a week, 2 weeks. I need to talk to people, understand the policy issues, understand how to, based on the guidelines, circumvent them, make the channels more safe by uploading a channel intro, behind the scenes video, maybe a random extra video or an interview video. You could just do a community post and start reading out questions on camera. Yes, I know it's technically speaking faceless, but it's just something I'd like to do. So I could literally make a community post, say, hey, ask me any questions. I want to do a Q&A as a thank you for 50K subs. At least my channel now looks 100 times more legit. Not only that, I'm actually having another testimonial call scheduled for tomorrow, but you can also start implementing digital products, digital ebooks. And one of our clients actually does over 10K a month with a digital ebook connected to his YouTube channel. And of course, that gives expansion opportunities as well. If we look as an example at my channel, Snoozatorian, you have the book. I don't know if you know which book I'm talking about.
I think I do. Is it the one on Amazon?
Yeah, it's like $120, and it's
Yeah,
like how you can restart civilization. But that's
yeah,
pretty close to what the boring history niche also is. So we're like, if we can create something like this with the storytelling, we can even do a live demograph of like reading it through. We can release chapters of it on the YouTube channel, and it's like, hey, if you want the full history of this, we now launched a book. You can buy it down below on Amazon, and then out of nowhere, you create another 5-figure a month empire. So there's so many different ways of making YouTube money on YouTube than just AdSense. But of course, AdSense is, in quote, the easiest one. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. And now, of course, we're heading into the third coaching, and we want to start diversifying. So of course, we're talking about VidRush, because VidRush is, in quotes, easy, and it can have a lot of viral opportunity. But as me and the head coach also like to call it, it's a hyena game. It's you find something, but the thing is, everyone can copy you. It's super simple, and if VidRush can make it, it's easy to be copied. So that's the problem. And then, of course, we're also looking into the 2D quality channels. How is that going so far?
yeah. Well, I mean, we're still prepping all our high quality channels, or channel that we're going to be doing with Menno. Um, we're what, about 2 or 3 weeks into it. This week was a bit busy for us with, the other channels that we were getting prepped for this week. And in real life, I have a full-time job as well. So
Still full-time job,
yeah,
almost 40K a month now.
I know.
Still the full-time job.
Well, you still have to. I think at some point it will give, but I enjoy the career I've had. Software engineering in the games industry. It's hard to give up, should we say?
Yeah.
But I think it will eventually, at some point soon, if things continue and we diversify, as you've just mentioned there. That's the most important thing for us now in this coaching, is that, as Menno pointed out straight away, diversify. We need to, start doing that. High
Yeah.
quality channels, maybe across a variety of niches. The one we're
Variety
doing,
of systems.
yeah, yeah, and about that as well. Yeah, definitely. The one we're doing is in the niche we're in. It's just that it's obviously not for sleep. It's just higher quality um,
Yeah,
level.
it will probably also do very well because almost nobody's doing higher quality. Everyone's doing the simple stuff
Yeah,
with
yeah,
AI. But of course, once you establish and you get more income, you want to, pretty much buy an insurance on the income. So you want to increase the quality, involve humans, make it even better, because then this way it can't be copied one, two, three.
yeah,
There's a
exactly.
lot of different niches. We have someone else right now who's also doing, I can say this niche, it's a pretty broad niche. It's about Earth, pretty much,
Yeah,
because that keeps it very broad. And he's paying 450 a video. But then the thing is, there's a channel like him, and it's getting over, what is it, like 400K views every single day. And it's like 45-minute videos, an hour-long videos. And I watched one of these videos and I watched the full thing. I was like, if this person gets like a 60% AVD, he's still going to do a $15 RPM because it's still going to be 30 plus minutes watch time.
yeah,
So it can be so easily worth it. And the channel is then also so safe for sure if you started from within a managed network. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to keep expanding, and the same goes for me. Like I have the boring history channels, I have the VidRush channels now. I'm also working on the higher quality YouTube automation content, and even the ultra high quality channel, like with Menno, where we're spending 850 euros per video, so about $920 a video. But of course, that's just to build the portfolio stronger and stronger. That if something happens or policies change, is that we don't get wiped. And that's pretty much the goal. You want to, get insurance.
yeah, yeah. That's the same with us. You just don't know what the next policy change is going to affect. As we've seen, the AI stories pretty much getting wiped out for everyone. You don't
Yeah.
know what the next one is. It could be, sleep. It could be whatever. Um, so, like you say, diversifying for us definitely gives a higher insurance policy there. And again, being on your CMS allows us to scale once we identify stuff, and get things up much quicker than what it would be without. So, I mean, funny thing was one of the channels we're starting tonight, no, this week, was identified from our second channel. It was kind of like a content bucket.
Yeah.
And we kind of went across that as a bit of an accident again. Nothing to do with diversifying, but just identifying something that works, that it's like, okay, this has enough legs to be its own sort of
Sub niche.
yeah. And obviously you've seen that you've done that yourself with Snoostorian and Sedated, and then I
Yeah.
think your 1950s, 60s
Yeah.
woman.
They just made a case study about that today. I saw a
And
YouTube video.
it's stupid though, wanna like I still like I love history. Like I'm a massive history. So obviously I wanted to get in that niche before obviously I'd the inauthentic content, because it's a massive interest. So when I still see your channels, I have envy because it's like, oh, I'd love to be doing this. So something I probably again maybe with a different angle and totally
Yeah.
different doing.
Different culture. I'll show
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
also what we're talking about.
Definitely something
Give,
that I'd be looking into myself, but yeah,
yeah.
but higher quality is what our focus is going to be on. Definitely going forward, and still looking for opportunities for these high RPM niches that we're currently doing as well. Because you'd be a fool not to if you're just letting
Yep.
the
Okay.
money stay on the table. Then you
Wow. Okay. So I share my screen and it starts lagging like crazy.
know.
Okay, so I hope this last part is still in there. Otherwise, my apologies. Just started sharing my screen and my computer's like, yeah, let's not do this. Also, I don't see the channel introduction video. Maybe it loaded wrong. But pretty much what Paul was talking about is that we went from the Snooze Tutorial as our main channel. We used the collab feature to first grow sedated history. So Snooze is now doing about 19, 20 grand a month. If you want to see the video of me breaking down and this entire like setup that we have here, just head over to my main channel. It should come online, or it is already online. Otherwise, button somewhere. And then we started this new channel. And the reason this works is because it's a spin-off of what we're already doing. And it's the exact same thing that Paul is saying for his niche. It's like, hey, we have all these leftover topics that we still think could perform very well. And as you can see, it does. Because here everything is 1950s. We had one video like 1960s. We of course want to do a little bit more 1980s, 1920s, everything in the 1900s. Why? If we only do 1950s, it looks templated. It looks like every video is a repeat, which of course once again is against the inauthentic content policy. So we don't want to do that. Here, every video is made differently. And you can see this is not a basic AI thumbnail style. There's actually quite a bit of effort into these thumbnails. And you don't need to get a lot of views to make a lot of money, because the average RPM here is $35. So it's phenomenal. But if we go back to the homepage, hopefully the channel intro loads. Otherwise, I have no idea what it's doing. Okay, once again, the channel intro is not loading. You need to have a channel intro. I'll be recording one with the teleprompter I have behind here. But this way we did the collab feature, and if we scroll all the way down, you also see like, hey, we see how much you guys love the American video content. We use a little community post, promote the new channel. Here also like, hey, what topics do you find interesting? Get feedback from your audience. A very underrated strategy to get very good topics. I've no idea if you used that, Paul, as well. Community post to ask for title suggestions.
No, I have seen it, you doing it,
Yeah.
and it's something that we're going to start using. I usually look in the comments for,
Yeah.
like, engage with the audience, but gold mine some content suggestions in the comments. We've had some really good ones, especially early in the day. When we were just finding our own feet. Some of the topic suggestions or discussions that they were talking about, we were turning into videos. So
Perfect.
really well for us. So yeah, it's something that I still do to this day, and it still does well. So, but yeah, it's
Perfect.
with what you've said with the community posts, definitely going to be looking into that. I kind of do image polls
That's
with
fine.
certain things right now to see what their interest is before going down a potentially new content bucket if I want to test out new stuff. So, um, but not very often. But yeah, it's a strategy we're going to be doing going forward.
Yeah. It's a very good strategy. Another good strategy actually is to focus also on Reddit. So a lot of people think in Reddit, there's a lot of people that love a lot of certain niches, and then you just answer those questions in video formats, and eventually it even gets shared, and you can get a lot more viewers.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
yeah,
I was not lagging too much because I'm scrolling here. I don't know what it is. It is a very good iMac, and it's like it's just lagging whenever I start sharing my screen or something. It is ridiculous. It's really annoying when I want to just show something quickly.
yeah,
Okay, let me just do that part again. Okay, so we are experiencing a little bit of lag here. It's a lot of videos being promoted. Here's a new channel. I just wanted to go to it this way. And you can see we got pretty much 300 subscribers in 12 videos. But just on the very first video, just 12 days ago, we already got the watch hours to get monetized because the average view duration is 1 hour. So we got like 4,000 watch hours on the very first day that the channel launched. And that's, of course, all the thumbnails are very unique. And of course, because we're using the collaboration feature, the channel gets the right audience. YouTube immediately knows where to put it to. It's already suggested in browse, so it's not just coming for collaboration posts. It's like full on into the algorithm. So definitely don't underestimate that to take more sub niches or more cultures. You know, if you have channels about American stuff, do a UK version. You know, if you have American and UK done, then see, are these relevant topics also possible maybe in German and French? And then this way you want to get all the high RPM niches pretty much done with. But that's pretty much also one part of the strategy. Also, I think for your channels would be really good to also start adding Spanish versions as well to get more audience and even maybe even German and then slightly mix the video content that you're using.
yeah, definitely. I mean, the Spanish audience is definitely there in the niche we're in. And it was suggested to us through Lars, maybe not so through Mano. I think he wants us to just focus mainly
Yeah.
more on the high quality stuff. I
Menno
think,
loves the high quality stuff and it's the
yeah,
safest stuff. And the thing is, me and Lars, that's the reason why having different coaches over time is so interesting. Because I'm always like, what are the quickest wins we can get with what we already have? So I would say it's way easier to scale someone from 10K a month to 30K a month than to get someone from 0 to 10K.
yeah,
Because 0 to 10K is more about doing something with nothing, and the other one is doing something with something. And it changes the game. It's the same like you make money on investments, and eventually you make so much money that these investments can start making more money. And that's pretty much then the ball game you're going to play. So, yeah, I think that's a big recommendation to everyone.
yeah. No, it is. I mean, like I say, we've parked it for now. It's definitely something that we'll be doing. It's just
Something
kind
you
of,
can do in the background without Menno.
yeah, exactly. And the priority, it's just prioritizing our own priorities. We know
No,
with the new channels that we're doing on the CMS are going to have much more higher potential through the RPM than we know what we're doing there. So it makes
no,
sense to do that before even the Spanish translated channels. But it's definitely something that is um, we'll be revisiting once we've allowed our priorities to shift away
no.
from elsewhere. But yeah, I totally agree with what you said there. It's a
Perfect.
huge market for the niche we're in as well. So it'd be stupid if we didn't do it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you definitely want to do it. There's even some people that I know from Vietnam that are doing it in Korean as well.
Oh,
So there's even more market in Korean has a really high RPM and almost no competition. So it's really easy to get in as well. So I have just one more question. How did your life transform from starting with coaching to now, pretty much? Like, what has changed in your personal life? Because of course now you're making like fuck you money.
yeah. Yeah. I mean that's the beauty of it, and the difference is that the money's great, but we're treating it like a business. It's not like let's see how much money we can take. Yeah, we want that money to enjoy our hard work and sweat and labor, but we are treating this as a business and to grow and scale. It's hard work. I've still had because like I say, doing the full-time job, I'll then come away and do the stuff I'm doing here, but I can handle it. And Susie, she's been able to now give up her job or put it on freeze. She's now, salarying herself through,
No, the company.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and yeah, it's good to see the difference it can do there is in the opportunities. Yeah, it's scary when like you say, you're not currently fully diversified with certain things, so anything could quickly change. But we're in the right program. We're around the right people, got the right coaches to, if something happened, that we wouldn't give up. We just carry on. It's one of those things. You kind of dust yourself off and continue going. But like I say, we're in the right program and the right people to move forward, keep growing, keep scaling, get the right systems in place, get the right support networks in place, learn from what I would consider some of the best in at what you do, and that even alone, just that knowledge that we're gaining is second to none. I've gone from basically running a game shorts channel and as a hobby, making which was successful in its own right. I was getting 5K a month on that, but that was just peanuts compared to what we can earn here and the potential. And I was doing a lot of the heavy lifting, all the editing and everything then. Now it's different because we're managing teams, we're managing systems, we're ideating between, even with me and Susie, typical husband and wife, we have disagreements with, what she likes and what I don't like, and vice versa. She'll win some of those battles and I don't. But that's the great thing. I'm doing this with, you talk about being a romantic earlier on, the love of my life, my soul partner, and partner in crime. And I couldn't have wanted to have done this with anyone else. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm grateful for that. We're building something together, and it's we're able to now see potential, financially, and as a um, kind of business or opportunity as well. So yeah, it's hard work. It's not easy, but I love it. I mean, I love it, absolutely love it.
perfect.
And yeah, I'm just driven just to continue doing that. My problem is that I've got to do the work-life balance now.
Yeah.
We've got 3 dogs. Obviously, I don't think we've been on holiday for definitely over a year, since probably before COVID. In fact, actually, so who am I trying to kid? So yeah, we definitely need a holiday or a break, and that's what we'll be.
Go for that. You deserved it after all the hard work. Make sure that the labor, of course, also rewards its fruits. That's the most important part. Paul, I want to thank you so much for coming on for the second time. If we hit the 100K month, we'll be back for the third time. And
Yeah,
then the million mark, probably. No, should be
no,
fine. That'll be crazy.
don't give me like panic attacks with even
Nah,
those numbers, but 100K is the next goal.
we're gonna get there.
We will.
I see it happening. Give it about a year.
Yeah,
A year should be very reasonable to go ahead and get the goal for sure with the knowledge you've already had and the channels you've built. I definitely see I don't see 100K not being possible within 12 months. So yeah, let's build on that. I want to thank you so much, and then I want to tell everyone, of course, subscribe to the channel, and if you also want similar results like Paul and Susie have and hundreds of our other students, there's a link down below. You can go ahead and book your discovery call. The reason we do discovery calls is to understand your current situation, how long you want coaching for, and what your plans are. Everyone is different. Everyone has a different game plan. And for that, we just need to be able to talk to you, understand your situation, understand how much you're able to invest in videos. YouTube is like investing. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You have to put in time in. You have to put an effort in. If you think you can do this 1 hour a day, though, you could. If you want to get a good result, think about spending 2 or 3 hours a day, because we want results. We don't want people just to buy something because they feel guilty about not taking action in their life. Buy something because you definitely want to change your life, and not just that you're shouting it, but that you're actually putting in the work. If that's you, go ahead, book a call down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Perfect. That's part one, pretty much. And then I got a couple of questions. For these questions, try and answer them relatively shortly. They should take no more than pretty much 45 seconds.
yeah, okay.
I'll do that because this then is edited, just like you said, that Susie could go ahead and record the ads. That's pretty much this part. It's just like something we can put in the testimonial ads. Let me just go back to my document. Here I got like, oh no, this is one for video testimonial. Okay. In this case, you're still doing your work. Okay, I'll ask a question a little bit differently. Paul, what kind of work are you currently doing and how much money are you now making on the side with YouTube automation?
So in real life, software engineer, gaming company, big massive um, firm that everyone will know with a certain console, and the side hustle, which is now a business opportunity, is doing great. It's doing good numbers. So yeah.
How much did you make in March?
In March, oh God, we're going to be probably hitting probably 30K in pounds. That is not US dollars. So
Yeah.
we'll do the
Yeah,
yeah.
so we just changed it to USD. You're going to be hitting almost $40,000 in a single month.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Proud, but also like kind of like what the fuck, you know? Does this game actually exist? Um, no, it's really good. We've worked hard for it, and um, we just wanted to continue, and that's what our aim is now. But yeah, it's unreal. I wouldn't have thought that would have been happening right now.
Perfect. Okay, next question. Um, so you started YouTube automation in September 2025, right?
Yeah.
And how are the results like over the last few months? How did you go from zero to how much money you've made in March 2026? How does that timeline look for you?
Yeah, so this is our third round of coaching. So obviously the first round we got our channel monetized within 6 videos, not normal. But yeah, like that first month, even then, I mean, I think the first month we got 2,000, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Lo and behold, what's happening now? Um, Obviously we carried on. We were growing during that first coaching period. I think 7K months come. Um, then second round of coaching, we were coming into probably around what about 10K, and are coming into the third round of coaching now. Obviously, we're coming into like the 30K in pounds or 40K in USD, and yeah, it's just been upward kind of walk, should we say?
Yeah.
And two channels monetized and more on the way for your CMS. So
Yeah,
exciting
that's
time.
true.
Yeah,
And now you're doing far over $1,000 a day. That's crazy.
yeah. It's mind blowing. Like I say, I would never have thought when we started the program that we'd have been achieving that. Like, what, 6 months down the line, if that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
so
September, 6 months, almost 7 months now.
yeah, it's phenomenal. But that's, as much as it's our hard work, that's only being met by the same hard work and energy that your coaches and your program gives. We wouldn't have done this alone. It's certainly not like it would have taken way much time. Like the first time we spoke, it would have been a lot of money, a lot of tears, a lot of heartache, and yeah, it may have taken a year, 2 years, who knows, but definitely not to where we are now. That would have just been probably the start of the journey, taking that long to get there. So, yeah, the coaching program definitely helped. It's give us a shortcut, should we say, in the sense that it's give us the tools, the knowledge, the experience to learn and practically do it ourselves as well as with the team that's involved. So yeah,
Fantastic. So happy for you.
thank you. I mean, what can I say? We're happy that we joined this. I'm glad that we made that decision back in what, August at the time with the initial call. So yeah,
Yeah.
to start in September. Not looking back, just looking forward now and seeing how we can continue this path. We have our own roadmap. Even after this current coaching, we want to, our goal is to continue and, keep playing and go down past that. We kind of come out of our comfort zone to keep growing. So
Yeah, perfect. Good to hear. Keep the coaching ongoing and just keep growing, growing, growing. Eventually, that's the most important part. There's also a lot of multi-language work to be done. Then it gets into hiring managers and really having other people run YouTube channels for you with a slight commission there as well. And then let's head into the next question. What would you say to someone who's thinking of working with us right now and who's watching this video about what they should do next?
I mean, just book the call and do it. If anyone has an opportunity to do coaching and you're on the fence, should we say, and you're unsure, my advice would be do it. Make sure it's with the right person, and this is the right person. Do not get, any of those fake guru nonsense out there. Uh, my testimonial, amongst many others, is living proof. It's not bullshit. It happens. If you have that opportunity to do it, do it. It's the one thing you will not regret doing. If you have a strong work ethic, you want to learn, you're open-minded, then yeah, do it. If
Yeah,
you don't,
100%. It's not a get rich quick scheme. You have to put
oh,
in the
no,
effort. You have to be willing to invest. YouTube videos are not free. You have to pay for it. But at the end, it's going to be worth it because you started in September. Now it's March. How much money did you make last month?
last month was probably, again, that was our record month, and that was just shy of 20,000 pounds. So what dollars? About 28, $29,000.
Thousand? Yeah, something like that. That's crazy. And that's just on one channel. And combined, how much did you do?
Combined, it probably would have, the other channel was about 6K in pounds. So,
Another
um,
10K.
yeah, yeah. And that, obviously this month it's going to be more again. So,
Yeah. So you're gonna hit in total, you're almost gonna hit 40,000 in the month of March.
yeah, definitely.
Fucking crazy.
Thanks.
Congratulations on you. Fantastic, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can only say unreal because it is for us. We knew that the challenge was there, but we knew it would have just been like, I think for us it was like more going to be a slow kind of growth, and it's kind of going on its own monstrous turn. So if it continues as it is, and as we get more channels, as you're aware, and diversify and um, you know keep growing, then yeah, I don't even want to think about the sort of money that could be involved. So yeah. But again, that's why we're staying humble and treating it purely like a business. And yeah, I'm excited. So
Perfect. Happy to hear.